Hello everyone, and first off I want to start off this video by saying Happy New Year to you all. Well, Happy New Year's Eve, really. I know this video may be like a day early, but hey, Monday to Fridays, that's what I do. The weekends are for y'all. Anyway, today we're checking out a brand new video from Prague Magic about giving BURMY and WORMADAM in every type. Now, if you remember BURMY, it's, well, I'll let Brandon explain.
BURMY has 3 different cloaks that change the secondary type of their evolution, WORMADAM. So let's see what a BURMY and WORMADAM of every type might look like.
And so, this video.
Hey everyone, Brandon here.
And
yes, it's finally here. A BURMY and WORMADAM of every type has been requested a ton, so I'm excited to share it with you all. I just want to doubly clarify that I am aware that BURMY does not change type with the different cloaks, so technically this isn't a BURMY of every type, but you get the idea. The lovely Fungus Fakemon made all of these forms, so make sure to go check them out. So without further ado, let's begin with probably the most obvious type in this video, the bug type. For this, we have BURMY and WORMADAM no cloak form. These designs remind me of those pictures where they make the Pokemon naked. Just some real cursed stuff. Anyway, like I said, this one just felt obvious. BURMY's cloakless form has been seen in the anime and even had its own official artwork that was on the Pokemon website. For this video, we just posed it in the same way as other BURMY forms for consistency's sake. We didn't know what WORMADAM would look like naked, so this is our best guess. This cloakless form of BURMY is rare to see, but what is even more rare is to see a cloakless WORMADAM. The only way a cloakless BURMY can evolve into this form of WORMADAM is if something has gone terribly, terribly wrong. Next.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, come on.
Hey, baby.
No. Sorry about that. I couldn't get that cut to happen fast enough.
Next, we have the poison type. For this, we have BURMY and WORMADAM sludge cloak form. We definitely wanted to evoke a Grimer or Muck feeling with this design. Sad pictures incoming, but these two are a reference to oil spills or toxic waste dumping and the animals that are affected by it. This code for BURMY is usually seen around big cities that have a lot of toxic waste. It seems when it evolves into WORMADAM, it gains a sickness that can't be shaken. For the fighting type, we have BURMY and WORMADAM punch cloak form. They just had to be punching bags. Their designs and concepts perfectly meld together with a punching bag, so much so that it was too good an opportunity to pass up. Both BURMY and WORMADAM are based on bagworms, so this is literally a bag worm. Fungus added these little scuffs and dings to BURMY's face to add to this punching bag idea, which I love. WORMADAM gained these appendages when evolving, so it made for a great opportunity to do a zero to hero narrative throughout the design. The weak kid that gets beat up and then comes back to beat his bullies, like Karate Kid. BURMY will enter into these bags because they're soft, comfortable, and padded, which provides great protection. But they seem to attract a lot of attention from other Pokemon and trainers who are looking to train up their effort values. When BURMY has reached its limit, they will evolve into WORMADAM and start to fight back. Now for the normal type, we have BURMY and WORMADAM bed cloak form. They are both in sleeping bags, with WORMADAM's design adding in a little quilted poncho look. Guys, they are literally bed bugs. I mean, come on, how great is that? The concept of sleeping is a very standard thing, given we spend 1/3 of our lives doing it, and apparently Game Freak tends to agree with Pokemon like Snorlax, Slackoth, and Komala, who are all normal types that are known for sleeping. These BURMY and WORMADAM are the coziest of any other cloak form. They will spend all day sleeping and only wake up to eat or if they sense danger. Next up is the fairy type. For this, we have BURMY and WORMADAM party cloak form. It's party time! Viva Pinata! Filled with fun, filled with fun! Esoteric kids shows / Xbox 360 games aside, these are of course based on piñatas, which are filled with sweets and are usually seen at parties, which totally fits the theming of a fairy type. This form of BURMY attaches thin strips of paper to itself to form this festive-looking cloak. Like the punch cloak BURMY and WORMADAM, they both tend to attract a lot of unwanted attention due to their vibrant coloration. If you've made it this far into the video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to support this channel and keep up to date with future videos. On to the psychic type. For this, we have BURMY and WORMADAM art cloak form. The psychic typing comes through in the expression of art. How we can see a brief glimpse into the mind of an artist through their work, and how we perceive that art in our minds. WORMADAM also has this wacky mustache and unibrow, which gives off a psychedelic art feeling. The paper cloak they both have refers to the multiple ways paper is used in art, as a canvas, paper mache, and origami. These BURMY and WORMADAM use berries to paint their cloaks. The paintings they create can warp the mind of the viewer, making them feel confused or sleepy. Next up is the flying type. For this, we have BURMY and WORMADAM nest cloak form. Bagworms and birds both gather a variety of materials to build their structures, so it makes complete sense for the flying type, which was almost the bird type at one point, to be represented through a nest. An additional detail that Fungus added and I loved is that Wormadam's head and arms come together to look like a baby bird that just hatched. This form of Burmy is less particular about what it grabs to make its cloak, grabbing a mixture of items including feathers, fur, sticks, and grass. Once evolved into Wormadam, miraculously, it can fly short distances to avoid predators. Now onto the rock type. A running theme in these of every type videos is the difficulty of separating ground and rock type designs, and this video is no exception. Especially with the sand cloak already having rocks in its design. Make up your mind, Game Freak. Are rocks a part of the ground type or not? Runarigus is literally a stone slab. Camerupt has rocky mountains on his back, but both are ground type. What are we doing here? Sorry about that.
Pokemon is confusing.
I guess I had some pent-up design frustration there.
It's a mess.
Anyway, here is Burmy and Wormadam gem cloak form.
Ooh.
They are gems and crystals. Because those are usually associated with the rock type. Except for Mega Steelix! Sorry, let that slip again. Anyway, Wormadam also look like a crystal chandelier, which is a fun design detail Fungus added. These Burmy typically seclude themselves to caves, where the loose rock and crystals are their only resource to build a cloak with. These Wormadam are considered to be a natural wonder, as their crystals shimmer against any amount of light the cave receives in a beautiful fashion. For the electric type, we have Burmy and Wormadam wool cloak form. Not only is wool associated with the electric type in the Pokemon world, but ours as well, with wool being a highly conductive material, which anyone who's worn a wool sweater and then tried to touch someone can probably attest to this. Also, part of Wormadam's arms look like little light bulbs. These Burmy typically hang out on farms where Mareep and Wooloo are found.
Oh my god, I just said that.
Since they stay so still already, the paralysis effect that Mareep's fur can have doesn't really disrupt their way of living. The Wormadam have become one with the fur, building an immunity to the paralysis and even giving out its own shocking effect when touched. Next up is the water type. For this, we have Burmy and Wormadam shell cloak form. All kinds of sea life call shells their home, so why can't Burmy and Wormadam do the same? Wormadam adds in elements of aquatic plant life and different shell shapes to give off an almost mermaid-esque appearance, which given all Wormadam are female, ends up working out really well. Burmy in this cloak hang from trees and caves that are close to beaches. They often have to fight other Pokemon for the shells they inhabit. When evolving, this Wormadam gains the ability to swim and hold its breath underwater for long periods of time. For the
Not bad. Oop.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go.
Ice type, we have what feels like another obvious choice with Burmy and Wormadam Snowcloak form. What is less obvious, however, is how it is executed. While of course meant to emulate snowballs and snowmen, they also have elements of winter clothing incorporated into their design. I really love the braids on Wormadam's head. It reminds me of how I am now learning to braid my daughter's hair. Most think that Burmy and Wormadam in this form must be freezing, but the way the snow is built around their bodies provides an insulation that traps their natural body heat. Now for the dragon type, we have Burmy and Wormadam Scale Cloak form. These are probably some of the most out there Pokemon I have ever made for this channel, but I love them. Somehow the dragon typing feels natural on Burmy. Fungus added this little tooth on its mouth, which really brings it all together. They both remind me of mid-stage pseudo-legendary Pokemon like Shelgon and Pupitar. Wormadam's little teeth coming out of its cloak make it feel like a little bundled up monster and evokes a where the wild things are kind of feeling. This form of Burmy picks up the leftover scales that many dragon type Pokemon shed near where it inhabits. The infinity energy of evolution fuses with the draconic energy of the scales to create this monstrous Wormadam. Onto the ghost type. Before I came up with a punching bag for the fighting type, I had thought to wrap Burmy in bandages like a boxer's fists, but then I realized that's just a mummy. So here is Burmy and Wormadam mummy form. Rather than just being wrapped in bandages, Fungus took it a step further and made the little twig-like protrusions on Burmy look like the crook and flail of an Egyptian sarcophagus. And Wormadam has a bit of a sarcophagus peeking out underneath its bandages. These Burmy and Wormadam have been possessed by a Cophagrigus. They used them to spread their mummy ability to Pokemon who think Burmy and Wormadam will be easy prey. Next up is the dark type. For this, we have Burmy and Wormadam Shade Cloak form. These designs take inspiration from famous edgelords like Shadow the Hedgehog, Vincent from Final Fantasy VII, Sasuke and Itachi from Naruto, Reaper from Overwatch, and even the edgelord Pokemon itself, Darkrai. It also takes inspiration from the Reaper Cloth item, which evolves Dusclops into Dusknoir. You can really see the Reaper side of things in Wormadam with its two scythe-like appendages. These Pokemon use their darkly shrouded appearance to hide from potential predators. Not because they're scared, but to execute a sneak attack. The sharp appendages on Wormadam can slice through the rough skin of a Drudagon. Now for the fire type, we have Burmy and Wormadam Coal Cloak form. I know this verges on being a rock type, but I really didn't want to cloak these Pokemon in straight up flames because the cloak has to make sense for the Burmy to want to wear. BURMY, in an attempt to warm itself as much as it can, has wrapped itself in burning hot coals, which mysteriously don't damage it as a fire or rock type would. WORMADAM has adapted to the heat and can withstand hanging inside an active volcano. And that's a BURMY and WORMADAM of every type. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.
Alright folks, well, that is where we're going to end off today's video. I want you all to remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more. Down in the description will be a link to the original video, so remember to support the original creator and all they do. And I'll see all you folks next time when we flick on. Peace out.